Hello folks, I'm out here at the edge of the garden and reminiscing a little bit about the year. And tomorrow, a year ago, we had our first killing frost. But up until that point, we had very hot weather last year, hot and dry. Now August and September and now into October, it's been very cool, but we still have not had a killing frost. A rooster wants to compete with us. But you can see that things are starting to get ready for winter. The seeds, I've cut the heads off of the tobaccos and taken in for seeds. Over here you can see the flowers are, let's see if I can get that in the frame. You can see there those dry pods. You want to take them in and hang them up. And I have quite a few hung up. But one plant will give you enough to plant. Oh my. Because the seeds are like dust. And okay, we'll go down to the lower end and take a look down there. Okay, we're down here at the lower end of the garden, and you can see that the radishes are coming up as well as the winter rye. There's one space down through here I didn't get rye planted. If it dries out enough, it's been raining here now for a week and very wet. But I'd like to get some winter rye in there to get the ground covered. And of course the turnips you can see here are very, very lush, and out looking across the garden there you can see how much they've filled in. But I thought you might like to see what one of my turnips look like. We'll pull one here and give the top to the chicken, but I don't know if you can see that. Get him here, and that's my hand, and he's a fistful. So take him in. Oh my, he's going to be some good eats. Okay, we'll go to the center and take a look up through there if I can get in through the mud. Now we're down here at the lower end. I didn't get there yet, but to show you what a groundhog radish looks like, the thing is, it's supposed to go down into the soil 12, 14, 16 inches, and this one's probably about I would say 10, maybe 11 inches long. Pretty nice radish. I don't know how they taste, but I'm going to find out. Many of you remember the view of the center of the garden, and I'm right in the center of the lower patch. But a nice cover crop, I'll tell you what. And of course the turnips really look like we'll get some turnips this year. And of course tomatoes they look like they're done. They got blighted real bad with the wet weather and the cold. Over here is I don't know if we can get them in a little anything, but there are my quinces, and I think they're probably just about ready to be picked. You can see they're not sprayed. Okay. We're over here on the side now. Of course, you can see the asparagus. But here on the side, we have rye. And why is rye a good winter crop, cover crop? Well, I'm told that rye has a root that emits a organic, natural herbicide. And in the past, some of the years that had followed years I had put rye in, I had much better weed suppression the following year than I had when I just planted one of my favorite cover crops, as are those turnips and radishes and stuff, which are of a family that are a fumigant, which control nematodes in the ground. We're up here at the middle patch. Of course, that Heartnut tree really has grown a lot this year. It has probably 5 times the size it was when I tried grafting on it this spring. It's just amazing how much it's grown out. Still have tomatoes in this one here, and of course the things I wanted to show you here were the groundhog radishes and the winter rye, and it's come up nicely, and still getting peppers. You can see there's quite a few on there, and if I know it's going to freeze, I'm going to come out and pick them. We got I don't know if I can get him in there or not. I have to go slow. The Kong Pals are nice and ripe, and they got some fire to them. I'm at the other end of the middle patch, and of course you can see I'm starting to let the okra go to seed, and I'm just amazed at this King David okra. It has done real well. There's some down there that are between 5 and 6 foot tall. They're taller than I am, and I'm 5'10", and they're still blooming, as cold as it is. I mean, right now those tops there, you can see during the day, if it's sunny, they'll open up and they'll flower, and of course there's quite a bit of okra there. We're standing up here at the upper patch. Of course you can see the hazels there and over here. But we got a nice stand of turnips here, and here we have a stand of turnips and groundhog radishes. You can see the difference in the leaf pattern. If we look closely, this is a radish and that's a turnip. And the greens are edible, although I have to say that turnip greens, they have a kind of a rough mouthfeel if you like to eat them without cooking them to mush, whatever you want to call it. But the old timers used to store their groundhog radish, store their turnips in the basement, unheated basement. Oh, there we got an ear of corn that I missed this week before it started to rain. I picked the corn. The squirrels were decimating it, and of course the winter rye is coming up, and I just got it picked, and it started to rain just as I was loading it into the truck, the popcorn and the reeds yellow dead. But getting back to the turnips, the old timers put them in the basement, and the only greens they have all winter were the sprouts. They would cut the tops off, not flush, but cut them off a little above, like you do red beets, and place them in the basement, a ground cellar, something without heat and elevated humidity, and then they would go down, and as they would sprout and off the tops, and then they'd make a bacon dressing or some sort of a dressing, ham dressing, and or gravy, whatever you want to call it. Here they call it dressing, and cook those greens, and they were called turnip greens, and they are quite good. Standing here at the bees, there's not a lot of in and out, but there's quite a few down on the African blue basil. But it's very chilly today, and it's damp, and that usually puts them in a kind of a bad mood. They're not diving me, but these bees have been pretty gentle. Of course, looking up the hill, the orchard is picked. There's nothing left, and I guess that'll conclude the garden walk. Thanks for watching. May the Lord bless.